really seeing it more in your rural communities and suburban communities.
Federal agents working with local organizations to fight a growing problem in southwestern Pennsylvania, and that would be hate crimes. For weeks, we've been highlighting incidents where members of our minority communities have been targets of hate and intimidation.
Right now, the FBI is putting a plan into place to battle the concerning issue. Channel 11's Michelle Newell joins us live to explain their approach. Michelle?
Yeah, the FBI is taking a very strategic approach to spread awareness about hate crimes and the importance of spreading them.
If you're concerned about something you see and you think potentially there's a crime there, potentially it's a hate crime, we would just encourage you to report it to the FBI or to local law enforcement.
It's a message the FBI is sending out in a number of different ways.
You'll see ads on public transit and in local newspapers here in Pittsburgh.
The FBI Pittsburgh field office is now a part of a multifaceted statewide effort to spread awareness about hate crimes and encourage victims and community members to report them.
Nationwide, the thought is that they are increasing, but it's really a challenge for both law enforcement and for the community to understand at what rate, because the offenses themselves are so underreported.
The FBI is working with a number of community and religious organizations, including the NAACP.
What we're seeing, Michelle, from a civil rights perspective is that there is an uptick in racial intimidation.
It's a problem the Pennsylvania state president of the NAACP has noticed over recent years, especially within Allegheny County and surrounding areas.
You're really seeing it more in your rural communities and suburban communities.
In 2018, KKK flyers were spread throughout Elizabeth Township. That same year, Channel 11 covered hate crimes that involved self-avowed white supremacists. Last year, KKK flyers filled with hateful messages toward the black community were spotted in Greene County. This past June and again this month, police say members of the Orthodox Jewish community in Squirrel Hill were assaulted and subjected to anti-Semitic slurs. The NAACP is now working with the FBI's Department of Justice on a national level to look into hate crimes.
That we're able to identify specifically who the folks are and where they're coming from, what organization they're a part of, and we have to report that to the local law enforcement, as well as hoping that the Department of Justice, in partnership with our national office, will put together a vehicle to deal with these situations.
Okay. And the FBI launched a social media campaign as well. They have ads on there and also information on how you can report a hate crime. Reporting live, Michelle Newell, Channel 11 News.